Thanks for tuning in to our monthly webinar. We've got some exciting content that Sophie and I sort of have chatted about. And really today we wanted to chat about with you the power of visual content, how we can use that in our marketing mix, why it's so important to us, and really some easy and introductory apps that you guys can use to your advantage that are either free or very low cost and can help achieve some of these digital marketing aspects that we really think are valuable, on social media. I'm sure Sophie will get into it. Social media over the past weeks has been up about 70%. So it's really important that we are engaging digitally and keeping track and keeping engaged with our customers that way. But also trying to, balance out as we return to work wherever you are, making sure everyone stays safe and making sure everyone's health and safety is a priority. So with that being said, we've got about 15 of us on the call. So Sophie, if we want to get started going through the deck, I'm sure we'll have a couple others join us throughout our time today.
Okay, great. Well, welcome everybody. And I am just going to do a present now, my entire screen. Janelle, did you send it out to everyone as well?
I sure did, Sophie.
Okay, I think you probably CC'd me, so I knew that. Okay, good. So, okay, here we go from current slide. So this was Janelle and I getting ready for today. And thank you again, everyone, for joining us. And I'm going to just go back and I'll have to admit the person. So, okay. So let's just go back to the PowerPoint. So every time you hear that little sound, I will be going back and forth. Okay, so video agenda. Why is video important? Distribution of video and measures of success, lighting, sound, and equipment, and video apps, as Janelle said. So why are videos important? So I want you to think about that for a second. Why is visual or videos? I'm saying videos, but one of the important apps I'm going to share with you is more visual. So it's why are they important? So are there any thoughts as to why video is so important? I'm going back to the chat here. If you have any thoughts as to why video is important. As Janelle just said, chat here if you have any questions or comments. So normally video is, I'm going to just go to my next slide and share with you why video is so important. A lot of you already know, but we want to emphasize it. Power of visual content is so important because people respond better to visual than they do to plain text, 40%. Infographics, you guys remember what infographics are. They are incredibly important. Infographics are at helping people to retain, and if you're telling a story, and much of what you guys do is storytelling, you're trained, and I mean like training someone or giving them information that you want to be known as the expert in your field. So telling a story with infographics is so important. Another reason, which is one of the biggest reasons, is 80% of what you see is retained. So they need to see it versus just read it. So to retain it, and it increases conversions, meaning 86% of landing pages. So it could be an email that you've sent out. It could be a website. It could be a post. 86% if you have an action button on there saying click here, to find out more or sign up or donate, it increases your conversion rate by 86% when you're using a visual or a video. And so that's what I wanted to share with you there. And social media generates 1,200% more shares with video than just text and image combined. So there's a lot of percentages I could throw at you, but let's just say video generates a lot more clients, potential clients, because they're going to stop and see it, and clients because they might actually click on the action button that you're requesting them to click on. So how has COVID changed video? What do you think? Have there any thoughts as to how COVID might have changed video. Janelle mentioned one in her opening statements, that video and social rather has increased significantly, 70%. Actually, one of my clients, it increased 300%. We did Google Analytics of this April compared to last April. And his website visits increased 300%. And where they came from was now 90% social, which was amazing. So it was social, and we were using it quite significantly because they were only doing curbside pickup, and they were only doing door drops. Obviously their location was closed, so they needed to share that with people. And another thing that changed, so it wasn't just that the traffic increased, but the visuals changed. People are looking for more authentic visuals. People want to hear from the owners. They want to hear from the teams that are behind the scenes. We've always said that don't forget to share your voice. Don't forget to share authentic videos. It's become a norm and an expected, and people are trusting it more, as they did before, but even more so because of COVID. So, or since COVID. So that's huge. This is just an example of a young woman who owns Sam's Deli. We all thought Sam was a man up until COVID, and we realized that Sam's an actually amazing young woman. And she got out there and just put a video as to how she was struggling and trying to understand how to deal with COVID. All of a sudden, she is now the most popular deli in town. These are very, they're just her talking to her cell phone and posting, and 500 engagement here, 161 here, 100 engagement there, and I could go on. And she is always just posting authentically about twice a week. She's just giving them an update as to what they're working on, how she's personally doing, because now people care about her. They care about her product. And then she started showing them how she actually creates her products. So it's amazing how authentic has become respected and trusted more because of COVID. So another one I wanted to mention to you is, do people listen or view videos on social? So if they're just seeing something for the first time, what do you think happens? Well, they're not hearing it. They're only going to be seeing it. A large percentage of people, 85% of people on social media, on Facebook, for example, have it on mute, so the audio is not turned on. So there's a couple, we don't know what's happened during COVID as far as, are people turning their audio on sooner, but we know they're looking for authentic content before they're going to turn the audio on. But I'm also going to share with you a tool that allows you to put simple captions. It automatically captions for you on videos. So that is really, really important to know.
And Sophie?
Yes, thank you.
I think another big comment here too is that a lot of the folks that are on social media typically tend to be on, their phone, where they're scrolling through a feed, and they typically don't tend to click into those videos, but rather just watch, the first few seconds, determine whether or not it's of value to click on, and keep scrolling. So I think that's another big aspect to why that 85% of no volume is so high.
Mm-hmm. And so many, the percentage that watch and access social media on their cell phones, the percentage that watch with the volume off. And when you look at your stats on video, I'm going to show you where you see those stats. You'll see that there's a large percentage that click right through. They keep on scrolling, so they only see the first few seconds, like Janelle said. So it's important to try and get their attention at the beginning, but those with sub captions on them actually people will stop and start reading the sub captions. And so it makes a huge difference. So let's just from current. So 85% listen with the audio off. And so they're more engaged. About 90 1% more engaged when you have subtitles on it. So it's very powerful to add subtitles to your videos. Okay, and they say that captions improve SEO. So what ends up happening is when you put subcaptions on the video, you're actually, in some cases, uploading a file that has the text in it, which means that the search engines can read what the audio is in your videos. That's not in all the applications though, but in some cases the SEO is improved, so that's a huge benefit. So do videos increase sales? And of course, the answer is yes. So using videos increases marketing. 80% of all of consumers' traffic is video. And it's, as you said, the video is consumed by mobile apps has increased over 100%. And it's the easiest way for people to know an online brand. So they make purchasing decisions. About 50% of consumers will make their purchasing decisions because they've seen a video. So having a video alongside with what you're talking about is so important. And what did we learn through COVID? Making it authentic is very important, and making it real. You don't need your high-end productions. So what do you do when you're going to start your video recording? What should you do before you start your video recording, do you think? Should you just jump and start recording? Well, you need to prepare. So yes, you have to prepare. Once you prepare, it's going to reduce the time to create the video. It's going to reduce your editing time. It's going to and it's going to increase effectiveness. That should have been one line. It's going to increase your effectiveness. So it's important. And how do you prepare? So here are some steps. So one of the things that you want to do is think of, what's my desired outcome for this video? What is success? Once somebody has watched this video, what is success? What do they know? So if you don't know that when you start the video, you're going to tend to ramble. You're not going to be on target. So what is the desired outcome of the video? Think of that first. Then list the main talking points. What are the things I better not forget to say? There's nothing worse than having an entire video completed and you have forgotten the most important element at the beginning. Maybe it's your name. Don't forget, people want to know who you are. Maybe it's where you work. People don't automatically know that. Maybe it's what you do, so don't forget, people kind of want to personalize it. So that's a talking point. And then don't forget, if people can actually, find out more by clicking on a link, don't forget to share that as well. So what's the actual importance? And remember to always think of in the eyes of your clients. You specifically are solution providers. So how is this video making your client's life easier? When they've watched this video, how is it that what part of your solution are you sharing? Is it a success story from another client that you've worked with? Maybe you can't mention their names, but you can mention the fact that this is a success story. The company we were working with has now increased their productivity or their operations by 40%, which equates to this many dollars a month, and this is how we did it. So don't forget to get those key points out there in your terms of your client. So what's the desired outcome? List your main talking points, and then any props you might need during the video. So during this webinar, I know I might need this because this is one of the props that I'm going to be showing you in a second. So I might need this prop, so it's here for me, so I know exactly where it is. I might need this prop. So have your props ready. Some people will actually have cue cards that not cue cards, but the little boards they put up to tell people, and this is what I'm talking about next. Kind of keeps people focused. It's easier to edit that way because then you don't have to go and add those words to it later. So that's kind of a cool little tip I've seen, or a trick I've seen from others, and it's very effective because all of a sudden they hold up something that says, and this is what we're talking about next. We're not going to be talking about day surgery next, but we're talking about this next. And then it helps people change their, continue to listen. Props help make your video a little more engaging, and that way you don't have to edit those props in later, because the alternative is if you is to edit those props in later. So you want to have your props ready. Test the lighting. So the way I'm sitting here, my window is in front of me. So I always have great natural lighting on me. And of course, I have my camera high up so that I don't have a double chin. And I look to see what's behind me to make sure it's not messy, so it's not distracting. So make sure you think of all of those things in the lighting. You should be testing it at the same time that you're going to actually do the video, because say I'm doing this video at night, my lighting is obviously going to change dramatically. So I found, regardless if it's sunny or if it's cloudy out, this lighting is perfect. At night, I actually have other lights that are behind the camera that I would turn on. They're overkill right now. Test the sound. So I have a fabulous new mic that I absolutely love. So it helps with the sound. Otherwise, I'd be using my computer sound, and it's a little tinny. So if you're going to be using a cell phone, you want to test the sound. One of the big things is if you're using your cell phone and you have your cell phone set up somewhere, so you have a little tripod that you might have. This one costs $14. I absolutely love it. I can connect it anywhere I want. With my cell phone, I can put it on a table and clamp it down. Then I put my cell phone up here, and it clamps into my cell phone. I could make it portrait, or I could make it landscape. So I can change the head on it so my phone is whichever way I want it to be. And then I set it up and I can test it ahead of time. Now the sound, the input is on the cell phone. So it's going to be further away from me. The big thing I have found that people make errors in is that their cell phone might be under a fan. They might be talking right here, but wherever they've put their phone, there might be something else making sound closer to the phone than you are. So when you go and check it out, you're thinking, where is that buzzing coming from? So that's why we test the sound ahead of time as well. So it makes a big difference. I have this little thing that I can put on my phone that increases the quality of the input into my audio. You can also get more fancy, but most of these phones, actually, I don't even take this with me anymore. My phone and most of the phones out there, the input of the quality is so good that you're probably okay. And like I said, people are looking for authentic. So the quality of our phones are usually pretty good. So test the sound, because you do want to make sure that you avoid those, engine sounds if they're around behind the cell phone, if they're closer to it than you are. And then,
hey, Sophie,
yeah,
sorry, we've just got a couple questions here in the chat. So we had a question from Andy, and he asked specifically in regards to the cell phone holder. Could you share with us where you purchased that or where you were able to find it?
Yeah, I will. We got this one on Amazon, I believe. So I'll share you the link. That's English. And whoops, I just broke it, but it didn't really break. So it fixes easily, because I do that all the time. So don't be fair. And then there's the one that I like that's not in this office right now. Has got an even better clamp that I like a little better. And I'll show you that one too. That one I bought at some place called the Cell Shop. And I found that its head doesn't come off as easily as this one. I mean, I can put this head back on, but the other one tightens a little bit better. So I'm able to get my phone in really weird angles. Oh, another question too, Janelle?
Yeah, there was one more from Jeff. Where do you purchase your props?
He probably means the microphone.
I assume so.
Yeah, so I will. What I'll do is I will share a link for the microphones for cell, and the microphones are headsets, because this one we just received as well for computers. And we actually just got a new camera on my computer as well, which is really wide lens, way too wide. Should I share the story, Janelle, or keep it to ourselves?
No, share it.
Oh my God, this was embarrassing. You know which one I'm going to share?
No.
Oh
I
no.
probably want you to share.
No, it was embarrassing. So this is my home office. Well, this is my always office,
Oh,
right?
I remember this. Right.
Yeah, yeah. So my husband is sick. He's just gotten over lung cancer. Surgery was yesterday. So before we knew what was really going on, he was sleeping in and sleeping in. And I was doing a call like this with Janelle, and it was 11 o'clock, and Mr. Naked Man walked by. Oh my gosh. But thank goodness it wasn't this. It wasn't this camera. It was my old one, which was narrow, so you could only see me. And I'm noticing this. I think, oh my goodness, this could be horrible, right? So I didn't tell Janelle until a month later that what had happened. So now he goes and buys me this wide one, and I'm explaining to him why this was not a good idea. But anyways,
So,
all
I
is
mean,
good.
that's a very valuable lesson learned, Sophie, to always know, who's going to be in the shot and where where other people are when you're filming.
Yeah, when he's actually at home, he's in the hospital now, but when he's at home, I turn this my camera. There's actually an app I can buy for this particular camera. It's a Logitech camera. It's a high-end one, but I can buy an add-on for it, that just an additional program that I can zoom in and out, so I can adjust the length, the width, but I just haven't gotten it
Mhm.
yet because the camera's so new. Oh my word. Anyways, so test that out, and I will share with Janelle a link of all of those, or not a link, a list of all of those, because they're my husband does all the research for our technology. He's the geek in the family, and so he does a lot of research on what's the best cameras, what are the best microphones, what are the best cells, even my real camera, if I call it my real camera for my video shots, what was the best one of that? So I'll be happy to share all that with you. Now, now test the editor. And what I mean by that is, so you've done a great video, and I don't know if this has happened to you, you can't get it out of your phone, or you can't edit it. It's like there, and it's like, oh, for goodness sake, it's not compatible with anything. So do a real short one and make sure the sound is good, the lighting is good, and then we're going to share some apps with you right now. So then use those, are kind of how you're going to edit the video, so you can add subcaptions to it, or so that you can add, other photos to it. So in that case, make sure your video that you just took, you can upload to that app, or you can use in that app. So that's all I'm saying. And then start recording. Okay. Now, the only thing that would be different if this was a live stream, you would still test the lighting, test the sound. You just don't have to test the editor, because you can't edit it. On the live stream, you're just live, and you're just going to remember to save it when you're finished. Okay, so let me continue. The slide I'm on now is video strategy, and so just remember, complements your communication strategy. When you take a step back, look at your traditional communication strategy and think of, how can I turn any of these situations that I know I want to communicate into a video experience? How can I make that video authentic? How can I put that into my weekly communication plan? Instead of just having a visual, that might be a photo, or instead of just having text, or instead of just quote unquote having a an image that is of a product, how can I now put a video experience so my clients can see the video experience? So are you going to share other client experiences, upcoming event buzz, the excitement about it? People want to feel that there's excitement. You truly believe in this event that you're hosting. So put yourself out there and talk about it. So how can you add video to the elements that you're going to have in your communication plan anyways? So if you have a communication person, they are going to need your help. They're probably not the person who is the voice of the company. They're probably not the face of the company. So you need to think about that. If you're going to start using some video strategy, you're going to want to think of, who are the people that we can call on that will be able to get out there and talk a little bit about these elements that are coming up. So look at your communications plan, look at what you have coming up over the next few months, and think, who can talk about this? Who can talk about that? Who can be the face? Who can we get to be the face to help us for some authentic videos? So upcoming buzz, product or service inspirations or innovation, I should have said for you guys, innovation. How are you helping your clients be more productive? So how is it that you're helping your clients with their solutions? That's what people want to hear from you guys. You know, your eyes, people, as I said that many times, even when we met years ago, people want to see your eyes. They trust that. And now with COVID, even more. So work video into your weekly calendar. So I had mentioned this to you before, that there was, you know, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook are kind of subliminal. People are there, they're seeing, they see your posts, they get a feel for who you are, but they're going to go directly to Google or LinkedIn to search for you. So you want to be using video on those platforms. So another question I've got for you before we get into the apps. So if you are sharing video on Facebook or on Twitter or on LinkedIn, which generally are the three that a lot of your teams use, many of you do not use Instagram, but I just have it in here, or if you have a YouTube channel, what's the length of video that can be on each of these platforms, and what's the orientation? Meaning, are they like this, which is protocol portrait, thank you, or are they like this, which is landscape, or are they square? So what's the orientation and what is the length? So think about that for a second. Then think about, so I'm going to take one video and I'm going to share it on Facebook and LinkedIn, or I'm going to take one video and I'm going to share it on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. But the lengths, the maximum length that you can put on each of those are different. So that's why I ask you the length. So your strategy needs to be, if I know that one is only a minute long, one is maybe 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. Let me hang up on that person. Oh, for God's sake, I don't know how to hang up. Okay, I didn't admit that out loud. Shish kebab, that was kind of funny, wasn't it? So let's just say that the lengths are different. So if you're going to do one great video and you love it and you're about to upload it to Twitter, and you can't because you've gotten too long. So you want to think about that. So what I do in my strategy, when I look at my plan, I think about, okay, so I can upload a video to Twitter that's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I can upload a video to LinkedIn that's 10 minutes. I can upload a video to Facebook that's an hour. So then I start thinking, okay, I'm always going to try and make my videos. Now, if you're on Instagram, it's only a minute. So it depends on which my shortest one is. Sometimes I'm going to do one that I direct myself by, which is the shortest platform I want to use this video on. Other times what I do, and this is what I normally do, is depends on the video. Some videos, people have attention spans of gnats. If you don't have their attention right away, they're going to scroll up anyways. People are trained to watch videos for 30 seconds. That's how long a commercial is. So I try to make sure our videos are short. But if you're doing a video which is an educational video, where you're showing them how to do X, Y, Z, you can't make it shorter. So sometimes I'll do a teaser on one platform, and then I'll have them go to another platform for the full video. Ideally, I want them back on my website. So ideally, I like to put the full video up on YouTube, and then I like to put that video on my website, and then I like to put teasers out on the other platform so they can see the video, they're engaged with it, but if they want to see the full one, gives me an excuse to get them to come to my website. So that's kind of the strategy I use. So here's the orientations, just so that you know. On Facebook, you can read those yourself, but Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, the orientation is this way. And so LinkedIn as well, rather. And Instagram, the orientation is square. Now there's something new out, which is called Stories, and that orientation is portrait style. And I'm going to share with you in a second why you want to know that. It's not even on this slide. Okay, so this is just a little thing I created the other day for a certification, a digital marketing certification course I was giving, and it just shows that the red are these platforms, That's the orientation of the video. And so what this means is if you were going to upload a video that's this orientated this way and you uploaded it to Instagram and you have your company's name here on the outside, when you put it on Instagram or your logo is on the top right corner or something, I guess right is over here, it's going to be cut off on the square version of Instagram. So what I like to do, if I'm going to use my videos on all of my platforms, I'm not going to create more than one. I'm just going to create one. I like to make sure that all the important stuff is in the square, in my sweet spot. I call that the sweet spot in the square. But I'm going to show you some apps now that actually allow you to resize your videos. You can make them square, you can make them portrait, you can make them landscape. So before I do that, I want to ask you a question. Are stories important on Facebook? First of all, have any of you used stories on Facebook yet? If you have, I'd love to see those examples. So maybe the next time we're together, I can share those with everyone, because stories are important on Facebook. As you might know, Facebook owns Instagram. So one of the newer features Facebook has rolled out, and I honestly don't remember when, are stories on Facebook. So this isn't Instagram. This is Facebook. This is a story on Facebook. And so what this is showing, it shows up in people's feeds that Facebook thinks are interested in you, not just your Facebook people that follow you. So do you remember on Facebook, if you have a business page, what percentage of people will see the posts that you've posted? So only 3% of those people that like your page are going to see the post. However, if you post a story, it goes out to all of those people that happen to like your page. And if any of their friends Facebook thinks might be interested in it, they might see it as well. But it doesn't use the 3%. It does not use the 3% rule that your posts do. It actually sends it out to all of your Facebook followers. Woohoo! So that's why they're important. So here's another example. One of our clients that just opened up for foot traffic on Monday of this week. So this is a story. It's this way. We have the exact same post as a post on their business page, but we know only 3% of their people that like their page would have seen it. So now what we've done is we've also created it as a story. So any of their people that like their page, once they log on, they're going to see that story. So that's why it's really important, because it now gives more power to you to getting in front of those people that like your company page on Facebook. And they're fun. I really enjoy them. And that's the apps I want to show you, is how to create these. So how long do these stories appear on Facebook? How long will they be distributed out to your the people that like your page? Just like on Instagram, for 24 hours. That's how long they're going to be sent out. Okay. And so you can distribute from your cell, right from your cell, to your social, all of your social platforms. And you can also upload from your cell to YouTube, which you can then use that link on your website or on your email. Okay, so your cell has become so powerful. I don't have this, what's it called, thing. There's one out there that I kind of want that follows you as you're moving. That would be very cool. So I think I'm going to get that next. The one I have here that I told you about for 14 bucks, I love it. And I take it everywhere with me, but one of those would be cool too. Anyways, okay, now, so the difference.
Sophie, sorry, just because we were on distribution, Jeff had a question in regards to actually uploading stories on Facebook. Could you just clarify sort of the steps to go through on how you would upload a story to your Facebook?
Absolutely. I think someone just joined us. Let me just let them join. Admit. Okay, so when you're going to upload to Facebook, I can just show you. So can you see my screen still?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to go to, oops, I'm in one of my clients versus myself, but that's okay. So let me go into one of my clients here. And so this is one of my retail clients. So we do posts for them on, it doesn't really matter. So if I was going to post normally, I would go down here and just, oops, where did it go? And I would just post on their business page. But if I want right here, I would just post right here on their business page. But if I want to post a story, what you probably don't realize is this has changed on Facebook. See the little plus sign here? You can click on the plus sign and voila, your stories page. Okay, I'm dyslexic. Your page's story. I didn't know I did that. That's funny. So, so I can have this go to my news feed so it looks like a post as well, or just as a story. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the video on my, and let's just find one because I know I've done one recently. This one looks like it's video. Oh, this one. That's a square. Oh, this one. Okay, this one is portrait. So you see what I'm choosing from. These were actually created in Animoto that I'm going to show you in a second. And this is a portrait size, which is a story size. This I did from the same one, and this one is a landscape, which I would have used as their post, and then this one I would have used on Instagram. So I click this, and it's a video, and then I'm going here, and so it's going to take this, which is a story that I created. I don't know if you can actually hear the music. I got really funky music. Can you see me? Maybe you can't.
I can see you dancing.
Oh,
I can see you dancing, and I can see the video, but I don't think
you hear the music. Okay, I'll stop dancing.
No.
I didn't know you could see me. I go, wait, they could probably see me. Stop it. Okay, so so all you do is you put it here, and this is where it's going to go out as a story. So I think this one is their anniversary sale. So I'm just going to post this now, and it's that easy. And I'm going to publish now. And so that's going to go out as a story. So it'll take a second. As you know, any video takes a second to publish. And so we'll come back and take a look to see if it's there yet. That was another story I published, which I just thought was cute. But so it runs out after 15 seconds and it goes to the next story. So we'll come back here and look at it. But what you're going to see, oh, it's still uploading right there. What you're going to see is this video itself. I did it as here earlier, which was landscape, which is awesome on Animoto. And then I went back in and I resized it because I wanted to tell a story in the video. So I used captions. No one's talking in this video because I know people don't listen on with their audio. So I just try and make it a little bit interesting. I put the words that I want people to know about it and learn more. If they click on this, I have it go back to their website because I wouldn't mind people learning more on the website. So you have the option when you upload the video to add a button. You don't have to. But remember what we said, it increases the likelihood of people clicking on the button if you have an animated video versus just asking them to click on the button. So let's see if this is finished. It's finished. So now if I go here and I view story, you'll see that this one is here, and then in 15 seconds, the next one will be here. Okay, so it shows up here, but it really is there, honestly. Okay, so that's very cool, right? So I am just going to go back here, current slide. And so there's many different ways you can leverage video on LinkedIn. I thought I would start with that one. One is you can put a video on your profile post. So if you're posting as yourself, if you are the person that's accountable for the company and you want to, and you're posting on LinkedIn as the company, you can create a video using your phone. You can make it go this side, this way if you like. So you're using the entire width of the post, and you can speak and then upload it directly to LinkedIn. So I have on my phone the LinkedIn app. And from the LinkedIn app on my phone, I'm able to upload videos right to my profile. I can also, through the LinkedIn app, change to my company page, and I could upload a video to my company page. So if I wanted to, instead of uploading it to my profile, I could upload the video I created to my company page. Also, if I'm writing an article on LinkedIn, if I wanted to upload a video to the article I've written, I don't do those from my phone. I do those right in LinkedIn, and I would go in and I would first upload the video to YouTube, get the link, and then I would put that in an article. Why is that a good idea? Again, you guys are solution providers. Putting up an article on LinkedIn makes you a knowledge broker of a certain topic. So, and using a video in there, especially you have an action item that you want them to, click here to find out more, the video is going to get them to click on that. The video is going to increase the trust. The video increases the fact that you are the expert in that field. So this is an example of a article that I've written on LinkedIn. It was a while ago, but you can see where, you can say whatever you want, you're talking, and then this is a YouTube link. So you click on this and they see the video, and it just increases the the trustworthiness, and it increases, these articles are SEO friendly, the LinkedIn articles. So articles that you put on LinkedIn with a YouTube link in it increases the SEO of your article. So not only on LinkedIn does it increase your trustworthiness, but it also increases it on YouTube. So those are really good reasons to put in a video. And then once they get to this article, it increases the number of people that click on the action button. Okay, so so that's how many ways to leverage on LinkedIn. On Facebook, many ways to leverage video is the profile. If you have a human profile, you can upload video. If you have a company page, you can upload video up to an hour. And then the company page will automatically put those videos into a video channel for you on Facebook, which is kind of cool. You can upload a YouTube link, and Facebook doesn't like that as much because they want you to upload your own videos. So there is stats out there that say when you upload your own video, a native video to your business page on Facebook, that will be distributed to more people that like your page than when you upload just a YouTube link. And you can upload them to your videos stories, like I just showed you on Knock on Wood. You can upload them to stories. And finally, you can live stream. So all sorts of great opportunity on Facebook to leverage video. So this, where do you think this video is? So this video is on an email. I fooled you because I put the word LinkedIn there. You thought it was on LinkedIn, I bet. So it's on an email. So this is from a Constant Contact, or it could be MailChimp. There are many email tools. You guys have, many of you are using Microsoft tools. So there's a lot of tools that are out there that allow you to embed a video in the email that you send out. And I find consistently when I have a video embedded next to a workshop that I'm providing and I'm trying to get people to come to my workshop, I get more clicks on it when I have the video compared to when I don't have a video and it's just a photo. So that's, it increases trust, increases clicks to the call to action. So a lot of good reasons to put your link there. Why live stream? You can live stream on Facebook or on Instagram or on Twitter. You can't live stream yet on, oh, I might be wrong about that. I have to check on LinkedIn. I understand you might be able to live stream soon. I don't know if it's now or not. So I have to check on that. But it's more engaging. And just like the story does, a live stream will not only go out to the 3% of those people that like your page, but it's going to go out to others that it's going to go to everyone that likes your page and lets them know that your page is a page you follow or a page you like is now live streaming. And it's going to go out to people that are friends of those people that like your page to let them know, hey, somebody that one of your friends likes a page and it's live streaming right now. So it really cheats the system. So live streaming, putting a live streaming plan in your calendar is really important. And you can't get more authentic than a live stream. And then when you finish it, save it and it ends up becoming one of the videos on your as a post. So where do you think these reports are from? These reports are from Facebook. So when you go to Facebook, you're able to see how many minutes of video have people seen on Facebook based on your insights. You're going to insights and it's your Facebook. You can go to your insights again on Facebook and click, and it's going to show you which posts have done well consistently. If you look at here, the posts that are video, this one's a link, this one's a photo, this one's a video again. Those ones are the ones that I consistently get more reach consistently. It's just just sharing that with you here. And these always happen to be client success stories where one of the team members, one of my clients, we take them out and they interview one of their clients as a success story. It's raw, it's right on-prem, and it does really well. And we make sure that we try and do these once a month, once a week when we have time. So that's what I wanted to show you. So I'm just going to flip through these. This is your video stats on Twitter. These are your video stats on LinkedIn. Everywhere you have video stats. Your video stats on Google Business. Don't forget, you can upload videos on Google Business as well. Your Google listing, I mean. So these are the apps that I love. So you were asking about a list of apps for material that for recording. So here's the apps that I use on my phone. So this one is called AutoCap. If I am doing a little story, or if I am doing another any type of video and I want it to translate what I'm saying automatically, AutoCap is an app and it looks like that, the green little button, and it will automatically upload the video to AutoCap and automatically put in the captions, which is awesome. I really like that. Now, I find it has a problem, and I don't know if it's my cell or if it's the app itself, and I Googled it the other day, and others found it too. If the video is too long, it starts crashing. So it's a free app, but I find that when my video is under 2 minutes, under 30 seconds, it works beautifully. As soon as I tried doing one that was 15 minutes, it started crashing. So just so you know, but I really love AutoCap. Your short videos, it really works really well. It puts in the titles, it puts in everything you're saying. So remember, if you're going to use it, try and talk slowly. And that what it lets you do, if it misunderstands a word, it lets you go in and edit it. So I really do like that. So that's one of the things. Remember how I said in the practice the steps? Don't forget to go and create one of those videos. If you're going to use AutoCap, so what you want to do before, it's the one that you want to use for real, do a test one and make sure it's working in AutoCap for you. Okay. And then another one that I use, and I'll show you an example, Spark Post. It's one that I use just to do some really good visuals. I'll have something in my phone, I'll have my logo, and I'll be able to put it together in a branded fashion. So I have a photo of a real client, I add my logo to it, and it looks really professional. I use that right from my phone. Quick is one that I use where I'm able to create a bunch. I have in my phone, I'm at an event, I'm at a conference, and I've taken a lot of different pictures and some little videos. I'm able then to go into Quick and stitch it together in my phone. It gives you all sorts of filters. It allows you to add some music. It does not allow you to have auto captions, but it allows you to go in on each frame and add some words. So that's what you want to remember. If you're doing this, you're just going to be doing highlights on a photo, highlights of the words on the video. So this is a fabulous way to to get buzz at an event, to put together kind of a storyboard. I use this one all the time when I'm out live at events. And then the one I showed you earlier that I did for Knock on Wood was using Animoto, where I was able to create a video, lengthwise. I was able to put in different photos, different videos, and then it created it for me and it did the transitions automatically. and then I was in Animoto and I was able to put in text. And then Animoto, I use it on my laptop because it has more options, but I can also use it on my phone. It just has less options, less features, less filters, okay? Sometimes what I like to do actually is I create it on my laptop and I finish it on my phone because I might have some photos and videos I want to add to it on my phone, so I cheat. And finally, Canva. Everybody uses Canva these days. I feel bad for graphic artists and people out there because Canva allows you to create, and I'll show you, either it could be a, it could be a save the date for an event. It could be a full flyer. I have clients that do their entire annual report on Canva. I normally just do social media posts because I can take that and I can resize it perfectly for Twitter. I can take the same post, resize it perfectly for a story. So it's very powerful. So this is Canva. So when you go into Canva, as I'm saying, you've got so many templates. So I just wanted to share that with you to get your appetite whet for Canva. Instagram stories, posts, Facebook posts, covers, because that's a very different size, Facebook event covers, or invitations, or websites, logos. Logos are actually fairly simple to create on Canva. Invoices, proposals even on Canva. Marketing, infographics. I've been using the infographics on here. I love the infographics. So these are different visuals that we were talking about that you might use as a solution provider. I said that well. And Canva is a fabulous tool to try that on. And you can use the free Canva, and there's all sorts of templates that you can choose from. Upload all of your own your own photos, and you can also use their photos. They have a tremendous amount of photos. Now, this is Canva. I'm just sharing with you here. I have one client that we have to create all different sizes of covers for his website. So it just lets me go in, I click on something, I resize it, and it resizes it for me. And sometimes I have to move things over. So it's Canva is fabulous. I use it all the time. Now this one was Animoto. This is the exact one I just showed you. So in Animoto, I can create a video like I just showed you where it's for Facebook. So it's wide, or or I use the same wide one on LinkedIn, or I use a square one on Instagram, or I use a portrait size on Facebook stories. This is what it looks like when you log into Animoto. You upload all of your videos and photos over here, and then you decide, okay, you basically click on this, which is layout. Do I want 2 images in this frame? Do I want 3 images? Do I want just 1? And then, so this would have been just 1, so I would have dragged this over. And then this one would have been 2, so I would have dragged 2 over. You can have 5 images, and then it puts it together for you. You can add the words. This I love because you make that match your colors, whatever your brand is. And they have thousands of music items. And here you can upload your own music, or you can press audio and talk. You can upload your own voice if you wanted to. So you can do that on each frame, which is fabulous, or just upload an entire audio file. So this shows the ratio. So I would just click on this and I would resize it. So I'd save it here as I have it. And then when I was ready to resize, I can just resize it to a story and then look at it and move it around. Okay, so this shows you, as I was saying, you decide what do you want this frame to look like. You have all sorts of different options. Okay, this was that one called Spark Post. Spark Post is just on your cell phone. So Spark Post is one where I have on my cell phone the logo for this company, and I went in. This was a photo I took with my cell phone at her location, and I'm just put that up into Spark Post, and I use this as square on Instagram. Then on Spark Post right on my phone, I clicked on resize, and I turned it into something that I could use on Facebook and LinkedIn. Then I clicked on resize, and I turned it into a portrait so I could use it as a story. So that's why I was saying this one is powerful. What it also allows you to do on Spark Post is you can turn it into a video. So all I did was, this one is a photo. I saved it as a JPEG on Spark Post. This one I saved as a video, and what it does, it just has this photo swoosh in, it has her name swoosh in, so it just has some movement to the stills I've entered. So it just will get people to see it more versus just having a still of an image. So sometimes you want to use an image if you're printing something. Sometimes you want it to be a video if I'm going to use it on social. This one I'm not going to show you because I knew we were going to time out. But this is quick, just showing you. I would have put in a whole bunch of photos from an event, and it would have brought up all the photos from the event. So let me go back to my friends. That would be you guys. So Janelle, it is exactly 12-ish.
1 minute. I think we got it right on the head. We did have one other question from Jeff, which I think I've handled in the chat, but maybe Sophie, if you could sum up in a Coles Note version, which app you think would be best for Jeff to use. They've got a 4-minute corporate video that they're thinking about cutting up into some smaller pieces and rolling out through their social media apps another way, and we'd have to be a little strategic about what clips we play when and make sure they're in a thoughtful order online. But what is your sort of recommendation for that? Would that be Animoto?
Yeah, so if I'm can you see my screen? Animoto is a cloud app as well, so I'm worried that it might slow us down. But this, for example, if I go in, this is a video that's playing right there, but this is just a little clip of this very long video.
Right.
So I'm in Animoto, and I've decided I'm going to show this part of the video here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so all I did was I uploaded it once over here. It was a 4-minute video, and I've used it multiple times throughout here. So I've got the video, and then I have another clip that I put in here. Then I do the video. Then I do another video a little bit so this tool, Animoto, makes it very easy to bring in longer clips. This one, like I said, it was 4 minutes, and then to take it and to really shorten it and to show the parts that you want to show. Now I don't want the audio from this video, so I turn the audio off here so it saves it without the audio, because I just want consistent music throughout. Or I might want the audio from whatever's on the video, so I would unmute it. So it's that one is a very simple one. The one that I use for my videos are a little bit more intense. It's called Camtasia. I love Camtasia, but I bring in my videos and I'm able to layer different items on my videos. So that's what I do when I edit these. I bring it into Camtasia and I'm able to increase or shrink. I'm able to add text to it. It's more like Adobe Pro. It's more like a layered video. But I would suggest Animoto can do it. And when you save in Animoto, one of the things that it allows you to do is, let me just go back to Animoto, back to projects. It enables you to, if I click on download, is it going to let me see it? Yeah, you can download it at different resolutions. So depending on what you're going to use it for, I use the highest resolution often. Sometimes if it's something that I know that my clients want to see before I post it, I might share it to them in a lower resolution. So it does make it look very good. It really does polish it. So Jeff, I would use Camtasia if you have someone who has the skills to use tracks, where a video's on one and others are on the other, and it lets you save them, lets you it lets you create any resolution and any size of video, any dimension. Animoto, you only have 3 sizes: square, portrait, and landscape, and it's their sizes, but you can have different resolutions. So it depends on really what your needs are. Okay.
Awesome. Well, I think we'll call it there. Thanks for joining us today, you guys. Happy Thursday. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments about today's content, feel free to reach out, and we'll handle those requests and questions as accordingly. So we'll see you guys next month, and have a great weekend.
Bye.